What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Let's take a look at what's going on with Terra Lunar Classic. We called this on the channel last night, and it does feel like the pump has started. We've seen some pretty big moves, over 10%, and it does feel like it is continuing to climb. Now, there's a lot of news coming out and anticipation of the burn tax, and we know even more exchanges are signing up to supporting that 1.2% burn tax. So with that being said, let's get into this video. But first, do me a favor, hit the like button. Let's make sure everybody in the crypto world knows about Lunar Classic. The more likes we get, the more people will know about it. And also, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel for all your Terra Lunar and crypto content. Now let's jump into it. So as you can see here on the chart, over the last 2 hours, we've seen a pretty nice move. We saw some big money come straight into Terra Lunar Classic, taking us all the way past the 5s into the kind of 513 range. And you can see here both Lunar 2.0 and Lunar Classic is pumping right now. 11.6% on Lunar Classic and 13.5%. Now, it does feel like money is going between the two things, but if we take a look at some more of the statistics, the RSI trending at 58.76. There is move and room to grow right now. And equally, our money flow isn't quite as aggressive as we've seen late when we broke the 6s, but it is on an uptrend and there is money coming in. That's on the 1 hour chart. If we go a bit nearer, we go into the 5 minute, we saw this really nice increase. Like I said, this big institutional money coming into Lunar Classic as we called and thought it would do. And then equally, we saw the sell-offs again, which we'll see. And now we are starting to see retail investment coming in, and equally some other forms of funding coming into Lunar Classic as we start to move and push towards these 5s. Now, again, we talked about this on the live stream last night where we expected this to happen. We expected this level of consolidation, which we talked about, ready for that next leg up. We have to build support with Lunar Classic. And equally, there was a lot of FUD. There was a lot of conversation around whether Lunar 2 was being manipulated, whether people were coming out of Lunar Classic. But actually, what does it do? Well, it makes the community and the ecosystem grow even stronger. If we take a look at some of the stats, we're still at nearly a $3 billion market cap, 2.9 billion right now, up 7.6%. We are outstripping Bitcoin. Remember, we talked about that yesterday as well. Bitcoin moved 10%. People were moving out of Lunar Classic into Bitcoin. We've seen that reverse today, and lo and behold, people are moving back into Lunar Classic. Our volume 2.1 billion, but I don't need to be worried about that. Remember, we need the volume when the burn tax is implemented, and we know that we've got Gate.io, we know Binance, albeit not on full on-chain transactions, which is what we wanted. But remember, we've still got 10 days to go before we see that officially go live on the network. We do have Huobi as also announced its support for Terra Lunar Classic and its burn. Again, this will be on off-chain transactions, i.e. coming into the exchange and going out of it, not on spot trades or anything within it. You can see at the bottom there, spot trades and other relevant trades of LUNC, USTC, ANC, and CTX on the Terra Classic network will not be affected by this tax burn. So I think it's just a step in the right direction. People are tentatively looking at what's coming, but fundamentally, we can see this pretty aggressive move coming back out to the 1 day chart. We can just see a really nice bullish candle all the way up, and we're seeing more and more of this with Lunar Classic. Now, I think the two coming together, Lunar 2 and Lunar Classic, will start to move up, but ultimately one of them, I hope it's Lunar Classic, will certainly start to move a bit more aggressively as we sort of see this burn tax go live. And look, that's the big one. I think everyone is currently waiting for that burn tax. Now, when you start to do some of the maths, currently trending at our volume now, 1.259 trillion tokens or trillion coins going through in a 24-hour period, we're going to see some pretty strong burns. Now, everybody is talking about the 1 cent possibility. And if we can continue with this volume that we've got coming through, $2.1 billion, and we can kind of do some maths around this. Currently, the volume being 2,182,547,521, so $2 billion, and we're going to times that by the 1.2% burn tax, which is 0.012. It's going to give us 26.190 million $1 million from a 1.2% burn. Then we're going to divide that by the current price, which is 0.0004698. And we're going to get 55.7 billion Lunar Classic coins going to be burnt if we're doing this 2.1 billion volume. Then we times that by 30 days. It's going to give us 1.6 trillion burned Lunar coins. An absolutely insane number. So if we can continue with this volume as we continue towards this burn tax, now it does rely on us obviously getting the full burn tax on chain and doing all of the spot trading transactions that everything's going through. And the big one in that is obviously Binance and whether we get that. But the absolute possibility is there. We're seeing recovery in the market. We're seeing people switching between Luna 2 and Luna Classic, but ultimately Luna 2 is a bit further on in terms of their applications and other things, but Luna Classic for me has a much stronger community. And again, remember, we have risen from the ashes with this, so it's going to be pretty insane. But that 1.2% burn tax, the more exchanges come on board, the absolute insane potential. $1 is absolutely nearer than you think. I think we hit the first mark, which is getting to that 1 cent part, which could take us, you know, if we get some serious volume going through. Remember, we're seeing four times their usual trading volume through MEXC. So we could see, you know, we could be knocking the door of $6-7 billion in trading volume every single day on Luna Classic, which will absolutely hyperburn some of these coins. So it's going to be interesting to see. Obviously, stay up to date. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Turn that notification bell on so that you know when we either go live or upload a new Terra Luna Classic video. But look, the $1 dream is certainly there. Let's go for 1 cent to start with. But these burns are going to be insane. And it feels like every day we see another exchange supporting this project. That's going to do for this video, guys. I appreciate every single one of you. Don't forget, if you are invested in Terra Luna Classic, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next video.